Hello. Let's move on. d4, knight f6, c4, e6, knight f3, d5, knight c3, bishop b4, bishop g5, d takes c4, and now we will talk about e4. It's of course the main move in the Vienna variation. Black plays c5. So the main line is e5, but good question, what happens if white takes on c5? Well, I mean e5 is not the main line, of course. Main line is to take on c4, but e5 is main line for the rare lines. Let's just say that. But okay, d takes c5. Well, it is short video because queen d1, rook d1, and black is not worse in this endgame, but I chose two lines. I don't know what is better. It's up for you to choose one of these two lines for your normal games. Let's start with knight bd7. Well, what's the point if bishop d2? Bishop d2 is only a normal move because otherwise we take on e4. That was the point of our last moves. We cannot take on e4 because rook d8 is just mate after knight d4. So that's why we played knight bd7, bishop d2, and we take on c3, bishop c3, and knight e4, bishop g7, rook g8, and bishop d4. That was the first line, and here black should play knight ec5. It's a good move because after bishop c4 we take on g2, and white has some choice, b4 and king e2. If king e2, the normal development for black is b6, rook g1, rook g1, rook g1, bishop b7, rook g7, h6, rook h7, king e7, rook h6, and rook g8. So black wants to play rook g4. Black has no problems. If b4, attacking the knight, knight e4, bishop d3, knight ef6, knight e5, knight e5, bishop h7, knight e5, bishop b5, and rook g4, attacking the b4 pawn, rook d4, bishop d4, bishop d7, rook g1, and king e7. I think that this position is just very drawish. So the easiest for white is just to play bishop e4 and taking on d5. So I think that if you want to play for win, maybe bishop c3 is better move. But I found another problem in this line, so I just proposed two lines. What the problem? If b takes c3, we play knight bd7, and we want to play on better structure. So the problem is rook d4. That's the problem. We take on c5. If e5, knight d5, bishop c4, knight e7, good move. Castles bishop d7. The pawn structure is like in the Lappin Sicilian, and black will play Russia for the rest of the game. So that's a good point, but bishop c4 is better. h6, the game between two engines. Of course, bishop f6, g takes f6, e5, and f5, and black is also better to the rest of the game due to the pawn structure. But the problem is that concrete line. h6, bishop e3, knight e4, bishop b5, king e7, and knight e5. And this move is not something black wants to see, because white begins the piece activity. So the engine just says, okay, it's time to make a draw. With playing knight f6, knight g4, king e7. If white wants, white can play knight e5, and it's a draw. So that was the problem. But I don't think that many people know this first line, and you can play for win in this line. Of course, other moves are possible. For example, e5, knight e4, bishop e3 and knight dc5, and it's an equal position, but black can pressure for a long time. Or bishop takes f6, g takes f6 and c6, b takes c6, bishop c4, knight b6, bishop b3, c5, king e2, bishop b7, king e3, and king e7. Yes, it's a drawish position, but with some play, black has g5, so it's not a dead draw. Or knight d2, knight d2, knight c5, if e4, e5, knight d5, knight c4, then f6, knight d6, king e7, c4, knight c3, bishop b3, b6, and black has no problems. And if bishop c4, h6, bishop f6, gf, f3, bishop d7, king f2, and king e7, and black is slightly better in such endgames due to c3 pawn. Or bishop h4, bishop d7, f3, and rook c8. Black is slightly better in such positions. Also c6 is a good move, just giving up the pawn, and black has a weakness on b6 now, sorry, on c6. B takes c6, knight d2, bishop a6, bishop f6, knight f6, f3, castles long, bishop c4, knight c4, king c7, king d2, rook d1, and knight d7, Peter Heine-Nielsen against Lemy. And the position is equal. Well, very positional line for white. White just goes straight to the endgame. Well, that happens in some openings, but you see that black can equalize with relatively easy play, and it's your choice how to equalize. To play bishop c3, which leads to a dead draw, or sorry, knight bd7 leads to the draw, or bishop c3, which leads to more complex positions where white can misplay at some point. Well, that's all about this line, and let's move on. And in the next videos I will talk about what happens if white plays e5 in that positions. Goodbye, good luck, and see you in next videos.